Hi, this is Amy Fong with Everest Group's Sourcing and Vendor Management Programs. Happy to be back here again to talk more about the category strategy templates that we've put together for our Outsourcing Excellence members. And I have Shirley here, one of my colleagues from the Business Process Services Group, and she is going to talk to us a little bit more about the market intelligence that we include in these strategies. Shirley, tell me a bit more about how you gather information on the market, specifically service providers, and the type of content we can see in these strategies.
Sure, Amy. So we have a really robust process in which we gather information, and it involves a RFI process where we go out to the marketplace, to the key service providers within particular segments and areas. And we ask them very detailed questions about their portfolio, their revenues, their growth, the services and their capabilities. And based upon that data, we also supplement it with briefings that we conduct with the service providers, as well as buyer reference interviews and surveys that we conduct. There is also another level of validation that we apply based upon our own subject matter expertise and our understanding of the marketplace, and as well as secondary research, to just ensure that the information that's being passed on to us by the service providers is as accurately kind of represented as possible. Throughout the year, we also have regular connections with the marketplace, both on the buyer side and on the service provider side. That also kind of weighs in into our research and our analysis. So being a former engineer and loving data, I love actually the way that we approach our work. And I think that that is quite different from some of the other organizations that I've had the pleasure to interact with, where they tend to take more of a journalistic type of approach, where the quality of the information and the data is significantly less than what we do. So hopefully that provides a bit of a high-level background on.
It does. It's really helpful, I think, for people to understand where this content comes from. That a peak matrix is not just something that we put together off the cuff, right? There's a lot of primary research and validation that really goes into it. So in our category strategy templates, we include the peak matrix, but we also link it to the assessment and the full report on this kind of content. So you have the ability to take this a snapshot of this slide and PowerPoint format and share it with your stakeholders, or to deep dive into that report where there's a lot more content and insights around the provider landscape. And I think this information is really useful to category managers who are trying to understand the market, trying to help their stakeholders understand all the different players in the market. I'm sure Shirley would agree, there's no one right provider for everyone. It all depends on the right match between buyer and provider. And we try to get you the information and the support to make those decisions.
Absolutely. And I think just one more thing I want to mention, particularly the peak matrix that you just showed for customer experience management services. It's such a huge and fragmented industry. And we do the work to highlight the service providers that we think are meaningful for most buyers to understand. And so that's around 40 service providers. And even those organizations that aren't in the leader quadrant, could be really great partners for you, even at the other side in the aspirants section, because of their particular niche expertise or their specific type of approach and or their cultural fit to your organization as a whole. And so a lot of organizations, they look at the entire PEAK matrix rather than just specific components of it to try to have essentially a starting point for when they are embarking on a sourcing project.
Yeah, that's a great point. We really try to bring the insights that'll help you make better decisions. And it's not just, go with the top in this, this area on a chart or something. It's really understanding the nuances of those different providers, their strengths and weaknesses. Well,
Yep.
Thank you so much, Shirley, for being here today. And I welcome anyone to reach out to us with further questions. And Shirley's a great resource on customer experience and other business process outsourcing topics. So thanks. It's great to talk to you.
Thanks, Amy.